Hey, what's the deal? That's your boy Tag from Pro Wrestling Tag. And if you hear like some pauses and everything, it's because I'm eating some good cake, baby. I'm eating some nice chocolate cake, boy. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? I love everything chocolate. Know what I mean? I like girls' chocolate. I like punani chocolate. I like, I like everything chocolate, boy. You know what I'm saying? So, this video, with today's topic, hold on, I'm gonna pause because I need to chew some cake. Hold on. Oh, that feels good. But with today's topic, I want to dive into something that I had texted earlier today. Actually, I tweeted earlier something today about Tony Khan and a brand split. Okay, Tony Khan and his quote unquote idea for a brand split, right? So Tony Khan was asked about the idea of doing a brand split for AEW to split the rosters, right? And he claims, right, quote unquote, he claims that he was thinking about doing it, right? He claimed he was thinking about doing it, and then he changed his mind. I call bullshit. Now, I call complete bullshit. He never was going to split the rosters. He never was going to split, his rosters into two. He never was going to do that. Why? Because number one, he does not know how a brand split works, right? He doesn't know how the brand split actually works, right? Number two, he let go of Jimmy Jacobs, right? Now I'm bringing Jimmy Jacobs in because what I'm about to say is important. He let go of Jimmy Jacobs because, of course, Jimmy Jacobs, was quote unquote burnt out, right? And my thing is, we know the real reason why Jimmy Jacobs left AEW. Let's not bullshit, okay? But the thing is, also, is the simple fact that, Tony Khan was basically undermining, Jimmy Jacobs, basically undermining his ideas as supposed to be his right-hand man, right? And I see people talking about, they should bring in Scott D'Amore. They should bring in Scott D'Amore to help with the creative. If Tony Khan, undermined Jimmy Jacobs, his right-hand man, what the fuck make you think that, he wouldn't do the same shit with Scott D'Amore? So basically, Scott D'Amore would just be there for what? For nothing. He'd be there for absolutely fucking nothing. And also the main reason why he did not, why he didn't decide to do it was because, and why it can't happen, is because his best chance of doing it, if you hear water in the background, is because I'm washing dishes now. The best chance for him to do it would have been, last year when he premiered Collision. That was the best time for him to do it. The best time to strike while the iron is hot. And he didn't do jack shit. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that you keep bringing on these ex-WWE people onto your roster and such, not only he's gonna overload the rosters and such, but now it's too late. It's way too late for a brand split. It's way too late for a brand split. Because everything begins and ends with Tony Khan, storyline wise, creative wise, right? Creative wise, like I said, he honestly does not know how to work a brand split. He doesn't. He fucking doesn't. And he like a lot of people saying it, like he's starting to turn into Vince Jr. He's starting to turn into Vince McMahon Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's now slowly getting exposed. Tony Khan is now being exposed as the phony that he truly is. You know what I'm saying? And we now know that AEW will never, ever, ever go back to how it was 5 years ago. Never. You know why? because the main key components that they had to make AEW work in 2019 are all gone to WWE. They're all gone to WWE. They're all gone, right? And here's the other thing too. You know, as I'm listening to JD from New York's Wrestle Dream Review podcast yesterday, you know, when they were talking about Swerve. They were talking about Swerve and, you know, I was gonna say Mark Henry, Swerve and fucking MVP and Shelton Benjamin. You know, they were talking about how, you know, the majority of the people in WWE, the majority of people in AEW right now as we speak, the majority of the roster right now as we speak are all ex-WWE guys, right? And what's going to happen, with the exception, like it's 95%, with the exception of, and I don't know if they forgot about the Ring of Honor roster, because if you want to throw that in there, you can throw that in. But I guess they're talking about more of the core AEW roster. You know, when they're talking about the only people who never wrestled in WWE was Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Darby Allin, and Brody King, right? And there's a couple others. But the majority of the roster is nothing but ex-WWE guys, right? And he's just going to take away another opportunity from, you know, someone who is there. Someone who is basically there on the roster who never went to WWE, you know, and it's just crazy. It's just crazy to think. So what the fuck make you think a brand split is actually going to work? Shit, if anything, it'll make the situation worse. Why? Because, you know, let's say he fills up the majority of, let's say he splits both AEW and WWE. Right? I mean, what the fuck am I talking? Let's say he split up both Dynamite and Collision, right? You know, everybody there is going to be not only all former WWE guys, right? But who do you think he's going to give extra pushes to? Ex-WWE guys. Plain and fucking simple. You know, so if you honestly God think that, you know, a fucking roster split is legit going to work in AEW now, at this point, man, you are sadly fucking mistaken. You are beyond fucking sadly mistaken, yo. Man, you are sadly mistaken. Because, you know, he still wants to sign more people, right? He still wants to sign more people. This bubble's gonna burst. It's gonna fucking burst. Because how do you have 230 wrestlers on the roster? We're talking about both with AEW and Ring of Honor, right? And your attendance is low, the ratings is trash, you know, and you keep on bringing these people in and such. You think, come on, that bubble's going to burst. It's going to burst like a fucking cyst. It's gonna burst, B. It's going to fucking burst. And listen, before I hear anyone say, oh, well, WWE has a bloated roster too. Yeah, but here's the difference, okay? Here is the difference. They use everybody on the roster. And not only that, but also they got people down in NXT who they fucking showcase. You know what I mean? Who they showcase, you know, on a national televised basis every fucking week, every Tuesday, nigga. Especially with them on the CW, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to come with bullshit, there you go right there, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said a brand split is not going to work. You can bring whoever the fuck you want to bring in, and nothing won't ever change. Nothing's ever going to change. Nothing's ever going to change with AEW and Tony Khan. Nothing's going to change. You know, there is no fucking creative team. That's another thing too. There is no creative team. There's no fucking creative team at all. None. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing there. You know, it's just everything all goes through Tony Khan. It begins and ends with Tony Khan. That is basically it. There's nothing there, yo. There's nothing there. If you say otherwise, you are fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself in a massive way, yo. In a large way. You know? I don't know, man. I don't know. Y'all tell me down in the comment section. I don't know, because, you know, a brand split for AEW. That shit is beyond. That shit is beyond unlikely. Beyond fucking unlikely. Shit, nigga, I have a better chance seeing fucking, a booty slip from Mercedes Moné than a brand split from Tony Khan and AEW. Just keeping it a buck. All right, guys. So I'm actually about to head to the supermarket and buy some things. You know what I mean, for this week. You know what I'm saying? There's no work tomorrow, so I'm gonna be chilling like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So I'll catch you on the rebound. Peace.